And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 2. Our next at 3.
Hey, thank you, Harvey. Cheers, Jer. 6 p.m. Eggheads. Be there. Thank you. Today, Wednesday, 21st of February 2018, and live till 5. It's the big show. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Right in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
Yes, I see you crying. Yeah. And I feel your broken heart. Yeah. I can feel your hurting. Yeah. Still you choose to play the part. If you let me be, I'll be all you need, all you need. I wanna be the only one to hold you, protect you from the rain. I wanna be the only one to soothe you, erase all the pain. I wanna be the only one to love you over again. I wanna be the only one I am. Now you deserve a mention. My Lord, you do. You can have the best of life. With all this I'll give you. A pure love that gold can't buy. If you take a chance, I'll be worth the chance, worth the chance. Oh, I wanna be the only one to hold you, protect you from the rain. I wanna be the only one to soothe you, erase all the pain. I wanna be the only one to love you over again. I wanna be the only one, the only one. If you let me be, I'll be all you need. Yeah. If you take a chance, I'll be worth a chance. Oh my, if you just love me, you will clearly see I'm all you need. All you need. I wanna be the only one to hold you, protect you from the rain. I'm gonna be the only one to soothe you, erase all the pain. I'm gonna be the only one to love you Hey, I wanna be the only one, the only one. I wanna be the only one.
Yeah, just before you go, Jeremy, you've got those contact details or not?
Fetchmyslippers.com, use scum.com, or call 007 007 912222222. Press 9 to order a new car battery. Press 8 to play online bingo. Or press 11 for a gallbladder operation. Or email me at vine@bovine@bbc.co.uk.
Thank you. Here's a good hands up. Hands up for your younger days obsessions. Dealy boppers, football cards, Cabbage Patch dolls, Scooby-Doo, Jack's hula hoops, clackers, Pogs, Care Bears. And any others you care to name. Hands up for the Brits and the tribute to Brucey at the Palladium tonight. Absolutely. Thank you. And hands up for they promise you something but they let you down. I know. Why do they do that?
Less. When I Google, I only depressed. I was taught to dodge those issues. I was told, don't worry, there's no doubt. There's always something to cry about. When you're stuck in an angry crowd, they don't think what they say before they open their mouth. You gotta pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and bury them beneath the sea. I don't care what the people may say, what the people may say about me. Pack up your troubles, get your own kit bag, don't worry about the cavalry. I don't care what the whisperers say, 'cause they whisper too loud for me. Hot topic, maybe I should drop it. It's a touchy subject, and I like to tiptoe around the tiff going down. You got a penny, no pound. So if your business is running out, it's not my business to talk about. They don't think what they say before they open their mouth. You gotta pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and bury them beneath the sea. I don't care what the people may say, what the people may say about me. Pack up your troubles, get your own kit bag, don't worry about the cavalry. I don't care what the whisperers say, 'cause they whisper too loud for me. Tweet, 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 tweet. Tweet, 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 tweet. Tweet, 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 tweet. Pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and bury them beneath the sea. I don't care what the people may say, what the people may say about me. Pack up your troubles, get your own kit bag, don't worry about the cavalry. I don't care what the whisperers say, 'cause they whisper too loud for me. Yeah.
Now look, you're on the BBC. And you can actually email us steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, or tweet us at BBC Radio 2.
BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Mainly dry with some bright sunny spells, particularly across Scotland and Northern Ireland today. A few light showers in southeast England. A high of 9 Celsius in Blackpool. Nice. Cold but dry with clear spells leading to a widespread frost as well as some patchy fog. That's tonight. And then tomorrow, which will be Thursday, dry with sunny spells after the fog clears. Be some early morning fog tomorrow. Still feeling cold though, especially around the southeast of England with a brisk wind. Lights on sunset tonight in Carlisle, 5:31. In Derby, 5:29. In Cardiff, for example, 5:39. And in Brighton, 5:28.
Hi, this is Macca. Email the big show at steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. He reads it, and then I'll come up with a song based on your email.
A singer, a songwriter, an actor, and a multi-Grammy Award winner.
It's great to see you all and to be here. Punching my heart.
Gregory Porter is one of the most successful jazz artists of his generation. And on Friday, BBC Radio 2 presents Gregory Porter performing many of his favourite songs
With the wonderful BBC Concert Orchestra and the BBC Big Band.
alongside Imelda May and Tony Monrell.
Make it feel alright.
Gregory Porter and Friends.
Thank you, thank you.
Friday night from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. friends to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't none.
I think we're going to play this song forever.
Clap along if you feel like
Makes you feel good every single time. Fresh all the time. Happy Pharrell. Coming up on 2:16 at Radio 2. And what's occurring today? Let's find out. Camila Cabello, one of the biggest pop stars on the planet at the moment, with her debut album, Camila, and touring the world. There's Tim Spall, movie star, starring in the award-winning rom-com Finding Your Feet. And Greta Gerwig, Oscar-nominated director, actor of the new movie Lady Bird. There's Tim Smith, Bobby Pryor, Harvey Cook with the news, Matt the sports guy, and the oldies chosen by Amber Green in Hitcham. Emails, text, tweets, social media, news from the net, showbiz, lifestyle, entertainment news, all here.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Hello, my lovelies.
Saturdays on BBC Radio 2.
Did you know you could Viennese waltz alone on an office chair?
From 3 o'clock.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Zoe Ball.
Hello to the ladies and the laddies and the mummies and the daddies and the goodies and the baddies. All welcome here. Oh, I do a mum click now when I dance. I do that step to the side and click. Sometimes I can't stop it. It's terrible. Anyway, I am a mum and it's mum dancing and I'm not ashamed. Prodsai came in, gave me a funny look.
dancing.
And I just taught him to Viennese waltz. I tell you, he's a natural. Marvellous.
Zoe Ball.
I'm going to treat you to some musical gems. Everyone will be a winner, baby.
Saturday afternoons from 3.
BBC Radio
Thank you, Zoe.
BBC Radio
2. I know you're leaving. It's too long overdue. For far too long, I've had nothing new to show to you. Goodbye, dry eyes. I watched your plane fade off west of the moon, and it felt so strange. Walk away alone. There's no regrets, no tears goodbye. I don't want you back. We'd only cry again. Say goodbye again. Words that were yours echo like empty rooms. The thoughts we used to share I now keep alone. I woke last night and spoke to you, not thinking you were gone. And it felt so strange to lie awake alone. There's no regrets, no tears goodbye. I don't want you back. We'd only cry again. Say goodbye again. Our friends have tried to turn my nights to day. Strange faces, a new place, can't keep the ghosts away. Now just beyond the darkest hour, and just behind the dawn, it still feels so strange to leave my life alone. There's no regrets, no tears goodbye. I don't want you back. We'd only cry again. Say goodbye.
Radio 2, No Regrets. The Walker Brothers. You can email us steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, tweet us at BBC Radio 2 for a shout out. Loving your show, listening live by the pool here in Lanzarote, Kim and John from Birmingham. Steve, just to say thank you for making my day a good one, listening to Radio 2 from Mary Hammond in Cheltenham in Gloucester. Steve, been looking forward to your show as always. I'm working, sitting on a muck heap. Nice. Loading lorries. Do a shout out for me and my dad Barry and his wife Jilly too. That's Brad in Kent. And Steve, can you ask Jeremy to sort out his email address? That's another day that I've sent him an email and I just keep getting an undeliverable account. Or maybe I'm just putting too many .com.co.uk's. What is it? Well, I'll just try and clarify if I can.
Email us at jade@thieves.duck with a crooked bill 2463. That's too many bricks. Don't pluck your eyebrows. 2463.
Yeah, that's a lot clearer, Richard in Warrington. Thanks for that. I think we've cleared that up now. Here's Mike Oldfield. And Maggie Riley.
Carried away by a moonlight shadow, he passed on worried and warning. Carried away by a moonlight shadow, lost in a riddle that Saturday night. Far away on the other side, he was caught in the middle of a desperate fight, and she couldn't find how to push through the trees that whisper in the evening.
to the Moonlight Shadow, 26 after 2. Now Simon Mayo is joined by the BBC security correspondent Gordon Carrera. The folk show with Mark Radcliffe, that comes up at 7 with the best in folk and acoustic music from Britain and beyond. And then Jo Wiley, alongside her regular musical gems and treats. Jo continues a series of interviews called Nation's Favourites, talking to some of the nation's biggest talents across British culture. Tonight she's joined by former professional athlete Denise Lewis. That's tonight at 8 with Jo Wiley.
For the look of love is in my eyes. Won't you come a little closer? Don't be shy. Oh, I know she needs you all. You gotta forget her now that she's gone. We're just sitting here all alone when we ought to be getting on. I'll tell somebody, y'all. Only you plus me. I can feel it in my bones. Ooh, love between me and you. Strong, boy, it's time that you realize. Without love, you're just half alive. Open your eyes, boy. I'm so in love with you, and I'll do what you want me to. Please let me turn your gray sky blue. The sun wanna move, baby. You plus me. Oh, people loving harmony. Sure sounds good to me. You plus me. Oh, you plus me. People loving harmony. And it's guaranteed. Baby, give me your love. Give me your love. Oh, give it to me right now. Give it to me right now. Oh, give it to me. 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 Locking up your heart. And you throw away the key. Let me tell you, sweet baby, there ain't no way to treat me. Can't just sleep. I'm so in love with you. I'm gonna do what you want me to. Oh, let me turn your gray sky blue.
The Relentless Groove, you plus me equals love.
What you say? People loving harmony.
The undisputed truth.
Oh, you plus me. People loving harmony. Guaranteed. You plus me. Give it up, give it up. People loving harmony. Boy, I got what you need. You plus me. Oh, you plus me. People loving harmony. Oh, yes indeed. You plus me.
It's 2:30 in the United Kingdom.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important. Would you think about them all the time? Wonder if you'll even notice in the morning. So where'd you go when you can't get to me and you just can't control? Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important. But I've got you to let me down. I've got you to let me down. Only you can understand why. I've got you to let me down.
Yeah.
Slap. You've got me, I ponder on that. Said I'll be back in a sec, I need to reflect, but you swear it's been longer than that. Time is gold and time is thin, but time is rare, so we squander on that. I feel your pain when I hear your voice, so fix your tone and stronger than that. And you're like the strongest girl I know, probably the strongest, man, it's my mum. Don't go wasting your loving on me. When I see tears on, I'm likely to run, so girl, don't love me, I mean it. When I say I love you, I mean it. And it's my car, choose to be distant, but it's I know what a queen is, so why do I?
Georgia Smith, Stormzy, Let Me Down. And now, let me bring on Bob B. Pryor and Tim Smith. And we're going to just go through some entertaining factoids. Let's go to Bobby straight away.
In figure skating competitions, judges can deduct a point if they consider a skater's costume, that be it male or female, to be overly garish or provocative. Now, the point is deducted only if multiple judges agree that the outfit is in poor taste.
Wow, I like figure skating. It's great.
It's not my favourite event in the Winter Olympics. I mean, it doesn't quite have the same impact as ski jumping, but some of those skating routines are unbelievable.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
And the costumes are great. I always see the bobsleigh and think, wouldn't you just like to add a strawberry jelly to them lying down and see what happens? Like a cartoon strawberry jelly. You know when they're lying flat, they have to balance on their tummy?
Yes.
And see if they make it down with the jelly.
Yeah, as an added kind of element.
Yeah, to make it more difficult next time round.
Yeah. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word pie, P-I-E, has 10 meanings. 5 as nouns, 4 as verbs, and 1 as an adjective.
Talking of words, the first use of the word shark in English occurred in 1569. Prior to that, English sailors and fishermen used the term sea dog or the Spanish tiburon. This could possibly be from the German word schurk or schurk, meaning scoundrel villain.
I got one here. The longest bone in the body. What do you think it is? The longest bone, if you can think of a bone.
Your backbone.
It's connected to your thigh bone.
No, your spine.
No, because it's lots of little bones. It's your femur.
It is your femur. Well done, Bobby. Connecting the pelvis to the knee.
Factoids.
Mr. President.
The most moist, flaky fish bought at the fishmongers. That's hake news. Always know your place. That's a fish, too.
When they gave you roses and believed your wild excuses, you were sealing the deal. Halfway down the road, and ain't it funny how the ghosts they fade and suddenly appear. You went too far, a woman, now you're feeling the fear, 'cause you've never been alone before. And the wolf is at the door. Now it's better if you hold your breath and don't look down at the pages of your paper crown. You reached out for more, and as the waves hit at the shore, you felt the fading of your will.
is International Tourist Guide. You're going to have to do that, Tim. Get on top of the bus there.
Oh, I'm going to do that at weekends, I think.
Exactly. I thought when this all falls over, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Really?
Put a headscarf on and I'm going to take visitors around London and make stuff up.
I did it with the 8-year-old when she was the 6-year-old around Oxford. Halfway around, she said, "It's just old boring buildings, isn't it?" I said, "Yes, that's what it is."
Well, this was about 2 years ago. I'm walking along in London somewhere, I can't remember where it was, and one of those tourist buses went by, and the bloke on top, clearly a Londoner, an English guy, and he said, "And down there is the radio host, Steve Wright."
Really?
"Give us a wave, won't you, Steve?" And there was all these Japanese people, German people, French people, not knowing what
No idea who you were.
No
Wait,
idea.
Did they wave though anyway?
Yeah, and I waved back. And I thought, that's hilarious. It's the Brits tonight, of course, at the O2 in London, hosted by Jack Whitehall, the BBC. Also celebrating Sir Bruce Forsyth's life and career with a tribute at the London Palladium this evening, which will be broadcast on BBC One later on this year. Possibly, I think, even next month, but we're not sure. In the football, Sevilla play Manchester United in the Champions League last 16. Glasgow Movie Festival opens today. It's the Fort William Mountain Festival, also in Scotland. The Oil and Gas World Expo has opened in Mumbai in India. The Dubai Jazz Festival has started, and it's the WWETT show in Indianapolis. That's water and wastewater equipment treatment and transport show.
Wow.
How do you get a show out of that?
Drains, I guess.
I suppose.
Drains and toilets, maybe?
Drains and boats and planes.
Yes.
Some mothers do have them. UK tour begins in Swindon,
Joe's in that, isn't
starring Joe Pasquale, brilliant, as Frank Spencer. And happy birthday, Kelsey Grammer. Oh, Niles.
I've always loved the Brits. I'm married to a Brit.
You are an honorary Brit now, really, aren't
I
you?
kind of am.
Yes, you are.
I drove by the Queen's house today. I saw she was around. I thought she's in residence. I said, well, so where is my audience? Now that I'm an honorary Brit.
She's been asking after you.
Well,
since
I thought it's about time I met up with her.
Frasier. And also Michael McIntyre. We love Michael too.
My son has gone on camp with the school. He's been basically taken away by the school. I don't understand why they've done this for 5 days.
It's like a holiday.
I'm allowed no contact with him.
Yeah.
Yes, he just left yesterday.
He has to be independent, Michael.
Why do they keep saying that? He can be independent when he leaves home. He's a child. These are the glory years.
Growing up, Michael.
It's growing up.
They put him on this coach and they had blacked out windows, so I couldn't even see him on the coach.
Oh, no.
I'm crying. My wife's crying. We're waving. We don't even know if we're waving at our own child. I'm really worried that
You're not
he's
relaxed,
on
are
the
you?
bus thinking, why are they waving at Paul? Why are they waving at Abigail?
That is brilliant. Here is Bobby Pryor.
Think of all the TV and film you've seen and the books that you've read. Do you have a favourite fictional home that you would like to live in? Because the newspaper today have produced in their list, I love this, the most desired fictional homes. They've got a list of 15. They polled 2,000 people, and I can't give you the whole 15, it'll take me ages, but included in that top 15 for the top fictional dream home, and it can be anything, book, film, TV.
I bet Frasier's place is in there.
Well, it's Casterly Rock from Game of Thrones is in there. That's number 15. Dracula's Castle's in there. The Burrow from Harry Potter. That doesn't surprise me at all. Also, Carrie's apartment from Sex and the City.
Oh, great.
22 1B Baker Street from Sherlock Holmes. I thought that would be a favourite for you, Steve.
That's Kentucky Fried Chicken now, isn't it?
Monica's apartment from Friends. Thunderbirds Tracy Island.
yeah.
I mean, that would be
Now you're
fantastic.
talking.
Also, Wayne Manor at Batman. Number 3 is Downton Abbey. No surprises there. Number 2, Kevin's house from Home Alone. Do you want to know the top fictional home?
Yeah, number 1 is?
Iron Man's home, Tony Stark.
With all the gadgets
and stuff.
Yeah,
And
brilliant.
mine would be Little House on the Prairie. I love that little house.
yeah.
And I could go to the general store. That's all I want in my life.
Yeah. And the narration guy would say, Bobby Pryor lived happily ever after.
Oh, I hope so. I hope it's coming.
I'd be living just up the road in the Walton's house.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that,
and you'd
didn't
have
you?
the white mule as well.
what?
That's difficult. You'd have the
Yeah.
mule. Well, I like Little House on the
Good
Prairie.
night, Tim. Good night, Bobby.
Good night.
Montalbano for me. His
yeah,
place there, he's got a place right on the sea, and he sits out there and has his fish and his wine. Then he goes swimming, and then his beautiful wife or his girlfriend would come around, and then he'd get a call saying there's been another case. But all the same.
So bang goes his sardines on toast.
Exactly.
Listen to you two. I'd be happy with that house next door to the Rovers Return in Coronation Street.
Yeah.
It's only, it's a little small house, but it'll do me.
It's very nice. Greta Gerwig later, Tim Spall and Camila Cabello.
My love, my lover, 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 I'm in paradise whenever I'm with you. My mind, my mind, well, it's a paradise whenever I'm with you. Ride on, Well, I will ride on down the road, I will find you, I will hold you, I'll be there. It's long, well, it's a mighty long road, but I'll find you, I will hold you, and I'll be there. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real, it's something that I feel it. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real, it's something that I feel it. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. My time, well, it's a never-ending helter-skelter. We'll be out whatever the weather. My heart, my boom, boom, heart, it's a beating, it's a thumping, and I'm alive. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real, it's something that I feel it. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real, it's something that I feel it. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. Paradise, roll on, meet me there, roll on, 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 paradise, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, paradise, roll on, meet me there, roll on. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real, it's something that I feel it. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real, it's something that I feel it. If it feels like paradise,
sensational. George Ezra and Paradise.
if it feels like paradise running through your bloody
Going to go back to Bobby for some traffic in just a second, but before, let me just do this. 500 words. That was me doing. Time's running out to enter this year's 500 words. Radio 2 short story writing competition for children aged 5 to 13. The deadline is 7 p.m. tomorrow night. There's a brand new prize for this year too, a ride in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, yes, and tea on the Thames on board the Queen's Row barge, Gloriana. All the info you need, and to enter, go to bbc.co.uk/500 words. Remember, your short stories must be submitted by 7 p.m. tomorrow. That's Thursday evening, 7 p.m. tomorrow, so get writing quick. And now it is back to Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M62. This is eastbound 11 to 12. Accident has closed 2 lanes between Birchwood and the M60. Also, Greater Manchester, M60 clockwise. 1 for Stockport Pyramid on the entry slip road. So coming on from the A5145, we've got a broken down vehicle. You can get past onto the main carriageway, but take care as you go through. M6 on the southbound side, 6 to 5 down to Castle Bromwich. So past Spaghetti Junction, we've got a breakdown. 1 lane is shut. Traffic's coping reasonably well, though. A14 eastbound between 23 and 24 Godmanchester. There's some emergency repairs. They continue to cause queues on that southbound A14 spur road. So coming off the A1M on to join the A14, it's that little bit that goes southbound before it goes eastbound. It is absolutely solid with queues. M25 clockwise, the accident on the QE2 bridge is clear, but it's still slow. Also on the other side of the tunnels, we've got clockwise 5 to 6 to Godstone. We've got an accident that's closed 1 lane past the M26 road running up from Kent. If you're heading past the M26, there's an accident ahead of you before you get to Godstone. One lane is shut at the moment. Also, the M25 anti-clockwise is very busy back to 17. There was an accident before the M4 at junction 15, but they've reopened all the lanes. M3 on the southbound side, between 6 and 7, that's the Basingstoke turns. We've got a broken down vehicle. And then finally the M20. Now, the M20 westbound is still completely closed following the incident between 10 and 9. So Ashford South to Ashford Faversham is shut on the westbound route. Eastbound is all reopened now. The congestion westbound is back to 11 to Hythe, and of course it's having a knock-on effect if you're trying to get to the Channel Tunnel. If you're heading through Ashford, that's where all the diverted traffic is going through to rejoin at junction 9. So just be aware, they are actually advising to use the M2 and the A2 if you're making that long trip round. Thanks for your updates. Back with another one in 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that was comprehensive. Thank you very much, the Bobster. Something else, Mr. President?
You must enter 500 words. And by the way, I own Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Thank you, Mr. Evans. At ease.
I'm packing up, I gotta move. I'm gonna blow a 50-foot hole through the dark clouds in my room. I'm making a change. I'm gonna start today. I'm gonna roll these dice with a song tonight. I'm gonna whip these blues away, and I'm gonna run so far they'll never find me again. But I ain't leaving unless I'm leaving here with you. I've been patient while I waited, but I feel it's time to move. You've been crying, yeah, I seen you. Honey, I've been crying too. But if your prayers don't get to heaven, I'm gonna keep them safe for you. If your prayers don't get to heaven, I'm gonna keep them safe till they do. And I just wait in the cold, cold grave. But I know, like I've been told, yeah, Mama said, hold on to hope. She whispered sweet, there's a light and glory. But you gotta burn that sound of the voices out. They wanna bring you to your knees, and you gotta run so far they'll never find you again. But I ain't leaving unless I'm leaving here with you. I've been patient while I waited, but I feel it's time to move. And you've been crying, yeah, I seen you. Honey, I've been crying too. But if your prayers don't get to heaven, I'm gonna keep them safe for you. If your prayers don't get to heaven, I'm gonna keep them safe till they do. And when I was a child, a dream came to me where this soul hanging low found its piece of dignity. But till that dream gets to heaven, you can ride this train for free. Till that dream gets to heaven, you can ride this train on me. And we're gonna run so far they'll never find us again. But I ain't leaving unless I'm leaving here with you. I've been patient while I waited, but I feel it's time to move. You've been crying, yeah, I seen you. Honey, I've been crying too. But if your prayers don't get to heaven, I'm gonna keep them safe for you. If your prayers don't get to heaven, I'm gonna keep them safe till they do.
All right, some more stuff here. More than 52% of Britons aged 18 and 25, and I would suspect others too, are using the same password for lots of online services, suggesting a survey. I mean, come on, everybody does this, don't they? Use the same thing so they can remember it. By doing so, they make it easy for hackers to hijack accounts of all kinds, warns the UK government's Cyber Aware campaign today. UK unemployment has increased slightly for the first time in 2 years. The rate of unemployment rose from 4.3% to 4.4%. Mentioned this earlier on tonight, the BBC are recording a special one-off event at the London Palladium to honour Sir Bruce Forsyth on the day before he would have been 90 years old. Hosted by Tess Daly, it's going to feature performances from some of Bruce's favourite songs, as well as dance performances and on-stage tributes and messages from his friends and former colleagues, including Len Goodman and Anton Deck. Dame Shirley Bassey will be leading the tributes, who'll be accompanied by Dave Arch and the Strictly Come Dancing Band. And it's expected you'll be able to watch an hour-long special sometime in the very near future on the BBC. The Prime Minister is meeting the Democratic Unionist Party and Sinn Féin a week after talks aimed at restoring power sharing collapsed. And of course, it's the Brit Awards tonight at London's O2 Arena. Yeah! Hosted by Jack Whitehall for the first time. You can watch it on ITV from 8 p.m. Dua Lipa has made Brit Awards history this year by being the first female artist to get 5 noms in a single year for Best Album, Best Female, Best Video, Best Single, and Best British Breakthrough. Ed Sheeran has 4 noms, including 1 for Best Album. Jay Huss and Rag & Bone Man have 3 each also. JT, Justin Timberlake, Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran, and Stormzy, the Foo Fighters, Rita Ora, and Dua Lipa will all also be performing tonight. There'll also be a tribute to the 22 victims of the Manchester Arena attack. Guests this year have been asked to wear white rose pins to support the Me Too campaign. TV coverage starts on the red carpet over on ITV2 at 7 p.m. and then the awards are on ITV from 8 p.m. Lloyds Banking Group has reported strong full-year profits for the first year as a fully private enterprise. What else is going on? AA shares have fallen by over a fifth after the firm warned that its full-year profit will fall short of expectations. Trendy low-carb diets get the same results as traditional ones that cut down on fat, a study says today. And who wants to do the birthdays and anniversaries?
Me, please.
Bobby's going to...
Only if I can get Tim as a phone a friend.
You can.
Thank you.
Nobody will ever know. Nina Simone.
Well, singer.
Yeah.
Fabulous singer.
American jazz singer.
Why can't
Soul
I remember the name of the songs, Tim?
Well,
My Baby Just Cares.
You might be just going Cinnamon.
Oh, Cinnamon. They're using that on an ITV trailer at the moment. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. For all the detectives.
That's right.
Yeah, American jazz singer and pianist who first scored a popular hit with her recording Put a Spell on You. Yeah. Leo Delibes, Tim.
Leo Delibes. How are you spelling that, he says, playing for time?
D''E LLIBES. I think Bobby knows.
Wasn't he a banker?
No, he wasn't.
was he a North Sea trawlerman at some point during his career?
No, he wasn't. He was a French composer, Delibes, as heard on Radio 3.
Oh, yeah.
Noted for the music for the ballets, Coppiella and Sylvia.
Yes, I know that now.
Yes, okay. All right, who was Václav Havel, Tim?
He was the former Prime Minister of the former Czechoslovakia, I believe.
How do you know that, Tim? How does he know that,
And he was a novelist
Steve?
as well.
Yeah, well, he was... wasn't he Prime Minister?
Yeah, so I said he was a former Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Was it Czechoslovakia?
It was former Czechoslovakia, correct. Okay. And Elizabeth Taylor, Bobby, wedded a hotel tycoon this day, 1952. So who was that? Who was the hotel tycoon that she married?
Mr. Travelling.
No, Mr. Travel Lodge.
Oh, that's right, changed, didn't he? Used to be Travelling when she married him, and then, of course, it all went wrong and he became Mr. Travel Lodge.
Okay,
was it Hilton?
It was, yeah. Who was it?
Ronnie Hilton, the former singer.
No, that was a singer.
I don't know what his first name is.
We don't know, Steve.
Dave Hilton.
No, Elizabeth Taylor married hotel tycoon Conrad Hilton Jr. this day, 1952, and then went on to marry how many people? 4, 8, 6?
6 in the end, wasn't it?
7.
Richard Burton twice.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, Wednesday afternoon Radio 2 coming later. Camila Cabello, Tim Spall and Greta Gerwig.
Hold tight, my love, I'm stealing you away. There you were across the room. You were speaking without words, you had so much to say. It feels good, feels right, let's do this our own way. Now it's just the two of us. We've got nothing to lose and no one's in our way. If they could see the way you smile at me, how did I ever let you go? Your gypsy heart will set you free. Let's dance upon the Spanish Sea. Close your eyes and come with me. sins away. Let's run through the fire like children at play. We're not children anymore. We only got one life, so let's live it. Wish I could see the way you smile at me. How could I ever let you go? Your gypsy heart will set you free. Let's dance upon the Spanish Sea. Darling, close your eyes and come with me.
Yeah, that's Spanish Sea. Of course, it's Toto. Steve, this is Kim Williams. I listen to Radio 2 every day, and I thought I'd text you to say hello and ask if you can please say hello to the team at Crontech Design in Swindon. They're amazing, and we really appreciate all their hard work. It's a really busy time, and they're all working so very, very hard. Thank you from Kim. Later, Camila Cabello, Tim Spall, Greta Gerwig, and when we come back after the news, the oldies chosen by Amber Green in Hitchin. It's Hitchem.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. The influential Christian evangelist Reverend Billy Graham has died at the age of 99. He used television to preach to millions around the world and became a spiritual advisor to several US presidents. The current Vice President Mike Pence described Billy Graham as one of the greatest Americans of the 20th century who changed the lives of millions. A leaked draft document by the government suggests ministers are seeking a longer transition period than that proposed by the EU. The text calls for the implementation phase to last as long as is necessary to negotiate a new partnership. The EU wants it to finish at the end of 2020, but the Brexit Minister Steve Baker insists there will be a fixed end date.
The Prime Minister's been absolutely crystal clear that an implementation period is in everyone's interests and that the right duration for it is about 2 years. The European Union wants us out of the implementation period. They want us out earlier than the Prime Minister has currently been saying of about 2 years, and I really do think it's a red herring.
The Metropolitan Police has lost an appeal at the Supreme Court against a ruling which saw 2 victims of the serial sex attacker John Warboys awarded compensation for the force's failings. The court said that the failure of police to properly investigate the women's allegations amounted to a breach of their human rights. A former student is suing a man who was cleared of raping her at a High Court trial 2 years ago. The case is thought to be the first time in almost a century a woman has mounted a civil action in Scotland after an unsuccessful prosecution. The woman, known as Miss M, said she wants justice, not compensation.
And for me, it's never been about the money. And for me, it's just the only route that I have left. It's the only way that I can try and get justice, and that is through a personal injury action, which goes through the civil courts.
The Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt announced a government review into how the NHS handles cases where complications have been caused by medical treatment. The review follows high-profile campaigns about 2 drugs which have been linked to birth defects and problems caused by the use of vaginal mesh. The government's been found again to be in breach of the law on clean air. A High Court judge has ruled for the 3rd time that ministers must do more to tackle pollution. Roger Harrabin reports.
The government was supposed to have cleaned up the air by the year 2000. It's been forced in a series of court cases to get councils to take action in 28 of the most polluted areas already. But the law says it has to bring good quality air to everyone as quickly as possible, and the judge said ministers had not done that. Today's ruling will make ministers oblige councils in 33 more areas to clean up polluted air.
The number of people out of work has risen for the first time in almost 2 years. Official figures show unemployment rose by 46,000 to 1.47 million in the last 3 months of 2017, compared with the previous quarter. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3, and next at 4.
Thank you, Harv. Here come the oldies.
And joke about me on the phone. You can tell my arms go back into the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, he never really liked me anyway. Or tell your Aunt Louise, tell anything you please, myself already knows I'm not okay. Or you can tell my eyes to watch out for my mind, it might be walking out on me today. But don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill his man. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man.
Billy Ray, Achy Breaky Heart. 307, the non-stop oldies. I can see you line dancing to that. Now you know where Miley got it from. These are the oldies chosen by Amber Green in Hitcham.
Take you can't hurry love. No, you just have to
This is Radio 2, and these are the non-stop oldies as chosen by Amber Green in Hitcham. Hello, Amber. I'm 26 years old. I work in field sales, and I live with my amazing husband, Adrian, and beautiful stepdaughter, Charlie. I love your show, and it keeps me entertained whilst driving around for work, so I thought it was about time to send in my non-stop oldies choices. My mum and dad separated when I was young, so I was surrounded by different musical genre during the week and at weekends, which started my interest in music, says Amber. My favourite musical memories are sitting in the car with my dad, singing along to his CDs and listening to my mum's mixtapes while she cooked us tea. Adrian and I still love music, and we live in a musical household, of course, so it's something I'm glad we've passed on to Charlie. Hope you like the choices. They're dedicated to all the people that spark my love of music. Thanks for playing them.
Go wrong when the scent of her lingers and tender
dry this afternoon with some bright sunny spells, particularly across Scotland and Northern Ireland, and a few light showers in southeast England. Got a high of 9 in Blackpool tonight. Cold but dry with clear spells leading to a widespread frost, as well as some patchy fog, and then some patchy fog also, some thick fog in fact, next morning, so that will be Thursday morning. Lights on sunset tonight, Carlisle 5:31, in Derby it's 5:29, Cardiff 5:39, and Brighton 5:28. These are the non-stop oldies. Now Queen, These Are the Days of Our Lives.
Sometimes I get to feeling I was back in the old days, long ago, when we were kids, when we were young, things seemed so perfect, you know. The days were endless, we were crazy, we were young. The sun was always shining, we just lived for fun. Sometimes it seems like lately, I just don't know. The rest of my life's been just a show. Those were the days of our lives. The bad things in life were so few. Those days are all gone now, but one thing is true. When I look and I find I still love you, you can't turn back the clock, you can't turn back the time. Ain't that a shame? Oh, I'd like to go back one time on a roller coaster ride, when life's just a game. No use in sitting and thinking of what you did, when you can lay back and enjoy it through your kids. Sometimes it seems like lately, I just don't know. Better sit back and go with the flow. These are the days of our lives. They're flown in the swiftness of time. These days are all gone now, but some things remain. When I look and I find no change. Those were the days of our lives. Yeah. Bad things in life were so few. Those days are all gone now, but one thing's still true. When I look and I find I still love you. I still love you.
We loved you too, Freddie. There's Queen, These Are the Days of Our Lives. Tim Spall with us soon, starring in the award-winning rom-com Finding Your Feet. Later, Camila Cabello and Greta Gerwig on The Big Show. And on the oldies, the Hollies, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, as chosen by Amber Green in Hitchem.
The road is long with a many winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where.
for these oldies, as chosen by Amber Green, non-stop oldies from Radio 2, Amber Green in Hitcham is picking them.
Brad Paisley's This Is Country Music.
When a Rolling Stone says he'll sing with you or write with you, what do you say? Other than yes and what time? This is yours truly singing with Mick. That's Mick Jagger. Yeah, I know. I don't deserve it, but hey, we're done. It's on tape. Nothing he can do about it.
This is Country Music with Brad Paisley.
It leaves only me to blame 'cause Mama tried.
From my home, I'll be sharing my favorite songs and talking about life as a country musician. Join me this evening from 10 on BBC Radio 2.
Thank you, Brad.
It's hit after hit, the non-stop oldies every day.
Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie, away, away, in Dixieland I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. For Dixieland is where I was born. Early Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, glory, hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy's bound to die. But all my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Those were the non-stop oldies. Thank you very much for them. Coming round to 3:29 on The Big Show. In the news, US evangelist Billy Graham, one of the most influential preachers of the 20th century, has died aged 99. Billy Graham became one of the best-known promoters of Christianity, beginning his worldwide mission in large arenas in London in 1954. Tesla has confirmed that its cloud computing platform has been compromised by hackers. Redlock, the company that alerted it to the breach, believes the attackers may have done this to mine cryptocurrency, an attack known as cryptojacking. More KFC outlets have reopened amid disruption caused by delivery problems. At lunchtime earlier, 608 of the 900 stores were open compared to 430 at 1300 yesterday, Tuesday. However, some KFC outlets will remain closed for the rest of the week, while others will have a reduced menu or shortened hours. We've only got a bucket of beans.
I always remember when my oldest son was very young, he once said to me, "Dad, do all reggae records begin with a drum roll?"
David Rodigan.
A lot of them do, yeah. Yeah. This record is still played at Chelsea Football Ground for almost 50 years after it was released. But bizarrely, and I didn't know this, it isn't just played at Chelsea. Believe it or not, Wycombe Wanderers, Northampton Town, Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Bromwich Albion, Yeovil Town and St Johnstone all featured this as a play-out song when the players come out.
David Rodigan.
Maybe it's just because it's called The Liquidator.
Monday night from 11.
From the tropical island of Jamaica to BBC Radio 2.
Steve, it's Martha in Lincolnshire, loving the tunes today. I've just driven straight past home with my one-year-old Finn and Casper the dog just to hear more of it. Steve, the sun is shining here and I need to do some work in the garden, but your music is so good it prevents me from going outside. Good one. Love your show. Val in Devon. Shout out for me on the way to the dentist. Ouch! Fran from Bude. Keep drilling, I feel lucky. Steve, can you say hello to Patrick Palmer and Laura Sanders, both living in Rye in Sussex? They listen every day and will be amazed to hear their names on the radio. It would mean a lot to them and even more to me. Thank you from Nicola Bonner. That is Laura's mum. In a moment, we'll talk to Tim Spall.
A dark horse, haven't it? I had a feeling you had a bit of form. Did you make the cut?
Well, sort of. I got through the second round, but then I discovered I was pregnant. So I embraced a different role, motherhood.
Never fancied giving it another go?
3:31, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M62 on the eastbound side. The accident between 11 and 12 towards the M60 has been cleared out of the way. Still a little bit slow, though, if you're heading up towards Birchwood. M60 itself, clockwise at one stop, Port Pyramid on the entry slip road. So coming on from the A5145, that breakdown is still there. You can get past it just a little bit slow. Also to the M60 clockwise, 15 to 17, there was a breakdown past the M61 Swinton interchange. That's in the process of being moved. M6 on the southbound side, 6 to 5. That breakdown has gone towards Castle Bromwich. Still a little bit slow through that stretch, though. And the A14, first of all, at Junction 3, Desborough, the exit slit road from the eastbound A14. We've got a broken down vehicle being recovered, so you can't get off onto the A6 at Desborough at the moment. Also, the A14, eastbound roadworks, 23 to 24 at Godmanchester from Spittals. We've still got one lane closed, so queues on the main A14. Also, that spur road coming down from the A1. We've got long, even longer delays on that stretch. So the A14's coping really well with the queues, but the A1 coming off onto the A14 isn't. The M25 clockwise, accident between 5 and 6 at Godstone. That's now cleared out of the way. M3 on the southbound side, 6 to 7 at Basingstoke. We've still got one lane shut with a breakdown. The good news is the M20 westbound, they've reopened the main carriageway between 10 and 9, so you can use that stretch between Ashford South and the Faversham turn-off. However, at Junction 9 for the A20, which is Ashford Faversham again, they've kept that exit slit road closed. You still can't get off at Junction 9 from the westbound M20, but you can use the main carriageway. Back with more, 20 minutes.
That's what you don't want to hear in a traffic report, however. Thanks, Bobby.
Hi, it's me, Jeremy Vine. Sorry about these new contact details. Email us at j.thieves.duck with a crooked bill 2463. That's too many bricks. Don't pluck your eyebrows. 2463.
Yeah, we got that now, for sure. Here's Elkie Brooks.
And the things that I've been put through, and everything I've done, the battles that I've lost and won. this chance on you. So I'm running to the future. If this dream survives, I'm running along beside you through the best years of our lives. And it's calling me, yes, it's calling me to you. So I'm running to the future and hope we will be strong. I'm running along beside you, 'cause I know that's where I belong. I was tired and I was hurting, but you helped me to my feet and made my broken heart complete. I know there will be hills for us to climb, so come and put your hand in mine and let me walk this line with you. So I'm running to the future. If this dream survives, I'm running along beside you through the best years of our lives. And it's calling me, yes, it's calling me. So I'm running to the future. I know we will be strong. I'm running along beside you, 'cause that's where I belong. And it's
Timothy Spall, OBE, is an award-winning actor whose work includes Mr. Turner, The Damned United, Harry Potter movies, Sweeney Todd, and so much other good stuff. Well, from Friday, you can see Timothy in cinemas as part of an all-star cast in the new film Finding Your Feet, alongside Celia Imrie, Imelda Staunton, and Joanna Lumley, and so many other good actors. And Tim Spall is here.
It's lovely to be here.
It's lovely to see you. How are you, first of all?
I'm extremely well. I'm as fit as a butcher's dog.
You look it as well.
No, I do like a butcher's dog. I'm not fit. Which end?
I'm not really sure. In the movie, Imelda's character, Sandra, she finds out her husband, played by Sessions, has been cheating on her, and leaves for London to find her estranged sister, Biff, who's played by Celia. Biff is more kind of free-spirited. She's an ex-hippie, really, isn't she?
Yeah.
Still a kind of a hippie even now.
Oh, yeah, she lives in a part of London which her sister would regard as rustic.
Rustic.
And I suppose my character comes into the sort of rustic genre, doesn't he?
He certainly does. My nan used to live in a rustic area.
Did she? Yes, I was brought up in one.
Yeah, so was I, actually.
Yeah.
If you sent this film to the States, you go, this is London. This is real London.
Well, I'm glad you get that from that, because, you know, often you only see the heritage parts of London. We have that in this. We see they go off for a shopping spree and stuff. They're out in Oxford Street, Regent Street, the Christmas lights. But you do see this part of Hackney or South London, wherever it is, and you see where people really live. And often films about London can be cut to an American ideal of it.
Hello. Charlie, this is my little sister Sandra.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Lady Abbott.
Honoured, even. Sounds like you've got a lot of catching up to do. I'll see you on Thursday, Biff.
I really enjoyed the film. Lots of different relationships going on. Tell people who you play.
I play a character called Charlie who lives on a narrowboat because he's sold his property to pay for his wife's care in a home, which is a subplot for the sadness he's carrying. And he is a friend of Celia's character, who is the sister of Imelda, who's the main protagonist in the film, who leaves her husband, goes and lives with her. And our characters really dislike each other at first. And we all meet through Celia's character, this sort of community dance group where people go, mainly to be with other people and just have a bit of a lark. We're sort of those places you see on a sign in town halls. You go, people, put your name down here, dance. You think, who the hell does that? And this film
film is about, surprisingly, the different types of people who do that, and for the reasons why they do it, the joy it brings them, and the fact that it's a route out of their various sadnesses, also a route into them having a real hoot at times.
Absolutely.
Each person, each character, you're right, has this gorgeous but sad story in their life. I found myself crying one minute and bursting out laughing. It's got some great lines in there.
Yeah.
How did you find that cast? Have you ever worked together before?
Not only worked together, Imelda and I were at RADA together just after the relief of Mafeking. And Celia and I have played husband and wife friends. I mean, John Sessions and I are dear friends and have been for a long, long time. And Richard Longcrane, the director, if you want to point the finger of blame, is the man who was instigative in helping me get my equity card, gave me my first job.
Really?
At the BBC in 1978, A Play for Today.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's the era where you can't get an equity card until you're working, and you can't work until you've got an equity card.
I was at RADA, I was 21, and I was going to Birmingham Rep. Also, you had to work 40 weeks outside London before you were allowed to work in the West End.
Is that right?
And I got special dispensation to use the equity card to be able to do a television. So they worked it out between them. So I walked out of RADA into an armoured car in which I played a young soldier in a Northern Ireland film with Bill Patterson, all directed by Richard Longcrane in 1978.
That kind of kicked you off, yeah?
Well, it was the first job, yeah.
Yeah. Stay there, Tim. We're going to come back in just a moment. Tim Spall is with us.
No one wants to stay at home. Nobody wants to be alone. When you come knocking, I'll be at your door. I don't ever want to stop. I'm gonna give it all I've got. And when they ask me who could ask for more, can't stand still, won't slow down. When I go out, I wanna go out dancing. When I go out, I wanna go out dancing. I wanna go out dancing. I wanna go out. I wanna go out dancing. This is where I wanna be with you, your arms wrapped around me, and fireworks reflecting in your eyes. This is how I wanna feel, the wine, the kiss, the music, feeling, getting down, riding all the highs. Can't stand still, won't slow down. When I go out, I wanna go out dancing. When I go out, I wanna go out dancing. I wanna go out dancing. I wanna go out. I wanna go out dancing. Everybody's got a story, let it be a blaze of glory, burning bright, never fade away. When the final curtain falls, we can say we did it all, the never ending of a perfect day. Can't stand still, I won't slow down. When I go out, I wanna go out dancing. When I go out, I wanna go out dancing. I wanna go out dancing.
BBC Radio 2, 17 minutes to 4. This is Steve Wright in the afternoon. Email us steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. There's Kylie and Dancing. Back with Tim Spall in moments.
The fearless are here.
Here she is into the final jump, backwards, twisting, turning round. Can she land it? She can! Izzy Atkin is going to be a bronze medalist for Great Britain.
Don Parsons, unbelievably, has his medal!
Lourdes is away, dives onto her sledge, and she has her eyes on the prize. Lizzie Yarnall is the Olympic champion, and Lourdes has got the bronze!
The Winter Olympics. Get all the latest action across BBC TV, BBC iPlayer and Radio 5 Live.
Well, it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never Never Land. No reason to pretend. And if the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it. Just a dream of the wind that carries me. Soon I will be free. Fantasy, it gets the best of me when I'm sailing. All caught up in the reverie. Every word is a symphony. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it. Just a dream of the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Well, it's not far back to Santa Cruz. At least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find serenity. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see, then you believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream of the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free.
Back here with Tim Spall, and we're talking about the award-winning rom-com, Finding Your Feet. Tim, were you aware when you were making it that actually this is a heartwarming movie? Or when you're doing it, are you just kind of getting it done?
Well, no, you know when you read the script what the crux of it's about. And reality is that people who are living with sadnesses, they don't on the whole tend to hark on it. And the older you get, the more chances are that you're going to have a lot more baggage as far as heartbreak is concerned.
Yeah.
But you meet any old person in the street and you think, actually, that life, there is a life that's lived in there. But the great thing about this, and the great thing with most people and all, the longer you live, the more you realise the tedium of life, that in a sense is a luxury rather than the profundity of it.
Everybody advised me to, start on a property ladder, keep the money in bricks and mortar.
Yeah, they say the same thing to me about my share of the sale.
Well, this country's obsessed with home ownership, isn't it? Makes people feel independent. Well, I see it differently. I feel trapped.
We should say that in this film you live on a barge. Narrowboat.
A narrowboat, that's
it. You're the skipper, and of course you know how to drive a boat in real life, don't you?
I do. I am a skipper. I'm a barge skipper. I've got a sea-going barge. Obviously, people who like that sort of thing probably know that also it ended up being a TV series about
on
my wife
BBC
and
Four,
I.
right?
Yeah, it was about our circumnavigation of Britain. But what the rest of the story is that I ended up going round Britain and then ended up taking it to the Baltic. which
Wow.
we didn't. Yeah, we ended up in Sweden, in Malmo on it. We started at Brentford, picked up the boat, and we ended up in Malmo.
Well, was that because you had a bad compass?
I went the wrong way, yeah.
So I can take it you know about black tanks, you know about fresh water, you know about keeping everything kind of warm and going. Do you prefer living on a boat or a house?
Well, I've ended up doing both. I've got a boat which I spend a lot of time on, which is like having the privilege of having another home. And if you don't like your neighbours, you move.
Yeah.
It's great.
But the sea is not to be trifled with. If you take it lightly, it's going to bite you very nastily somewhere that's going to be painful.
When you're going up on the rivers of Britain, I'm thinking, where do you plug in?
Well, there are all across the canal systems, yeah, but my boat is a seagoing boat, so it was all around you going to marinas. I went round Britain rather through it.
Yeah.
When I had a narrow boat, yeah, you go into marinas and you plug in, or you've got a generator,
right,
gas. There's ways of doing it, and there are various different forms of lavatory on the boat, including the electric macerator and the compost toilet.
Oh, yes. I know about a macerator.
Let's not go there.
Leave it.
It's called Finding Your Feet, and Finding Your Feet starring Timothy Spall is in cinemas this Friday, rated 12A. What are you up to next? What are you working on at the moment?
I've just finished a film about L.S. Lowry and his mum called Mrs. Lowry and Son, about his relationship, the artist, with his mother. Very, very close relationship with his mother.
Great.
And I'm about, if all the ducks are lined up, to start another film called The Corrupted, which is a crime thriller.
Okay. Will you eventually be in a superhero movie, do you think?
I always feel like I am. No.
Don't say another word.
Right.
That's the best answer.
Biscuit Man.
Thanks, Tim. See you next time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Lovely to speak to you.
Thank you. Tim Spall is a geezer, ain't he? That's a smashing film too. Great scene in Finding Your Feet where they're dancing to this. Stomp, Brothers Johnson. Brothers Johnson, that's it. Don't get mixed up with Boris. Now here's Bobby.
Thanks, Steve. Greater Manchester, the M60 clockwise. The breakdown at 1 for Stockport Pyramid is still there. The entry slip road remains closed while they recover that, or try to. Also on the M60 heading clockwise, 15 to 16. Past the M61 towards Prestwich, another breakdown. One lane is still closed. M6 southbound, still slow, 6 to 5 at Castle Bromwich, following an earlier breakdown which is cleared. Problems for the A14. Now eastbound at 3, they're still recovering the broken down vehicles, so you can't get off to Desborough from the eastbound A14 onto the A6. Also on the A14 eastbound, there's emergency repairs between 23 and 24. Spittles to Godmanchester. It's having a knock-on effect on the eastbound side if you're approaching that lane closure, but also coming off the A1 on that A14 eastbound Spur Road is pretty solid as well. Also on the A14 eastbound at Brampton, 21 for the A1. We've got a broken down lorry, so one lane is shut, so that's not helping. M40 southbound, there was an accident 12 to 11 down to Banbury. All lanes reopened, so it's just slow traffic moving through. It's about a mile of heavy traffic. Front of the queue has moved away, so it's just catching up. M25 clockwise, the entry slip road at 26. So coming on from Waltham Abbey from the A121, they've closed it to move some debris from the carriageway. And just an update on the M20 westbound, it did all reopen 10 to 9 towards Ashford and Faversham, but the exit slip road at junction 9 onto the A20 remains shut for investigation work. Back with more, half an hour.
Thank you. Go on, Christoph, you're on.
Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Entries for this year's 500 words are closed. Time is running out to be part of this magical tale. If you want to be there to watch amazing pop stars perform on stage, have your story read by a superstar narrator at a live extravaganza at Hampton Court Palace, enjoy a truly scrumptious tea on the Thames aboard Her Majesty the Queen's row barge, and take a ride in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, then get writing. For your chance to be a story writing wizard and win this awesome prize, don't be beaten by the deadline. You have to enter by 7 p.m. tomorrow. Go to bbc.co.uk/500 words to find out exactly how to enter.
Let your imagination run wild!
Thank you.
Confidence is a preference for the habitual voyeur of what is known as. A morning suit can be avoided if you take a route straight through what is known as. John's got brewer's fruit, he gets intimidated by the dirty pigeons. They love a bit of him. Who's that cut lord marching? You should cut down on your pork life, mate. Get some exercise. All the people, so many people, they all go hand in hand, hand in hand through their life. You know what I mean? I get up when I want, except on Wednesdays when I get rudely awakened by the dustman. I put my trousers on, have a cup of tea, and I think about leaving the house. I feed the pigeons, I sometimes feed the sparrows too. It gives me a sense of enormous well-being. And then I'm happy for the rest of the day, safe in the knowledge there will always be a bit of my heart devoted to it. All the people, so many people, they all go hand in hand, hand in hand through their pop life. Pop life. Pop life. Pop life. Pop life. It's got nothing to
Sandra Papal. Park Life, it's Blur. This is Radio 2. You're on the big show. In the showbiz cuts coming, Dua Lipa, Willem Dafoe, Angelina Jolie. With factoids and social media, there's Greta Gerwig, there's Camila Cabello. As guests, there's Tim, there's Harv, there's Bobby, there's Sports Guy, all on Steve Wright in the afternoon. This is BBC Radio 2, online on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. The American evangelist Billy Graham has died at the age of 99. He was one of the most influential Christian preachers of the 20th century, with a career spanning 7 decades. It's estimated around 210 million people attended his rallies around the world, and he was one of the first preachers to use TV to spread his message. A landmark ruling at the Supreme Court means victims of serious crime may be able to hold police liable for failures in investigations. The court ruled against the Metropolitan Police and in favour of 2 women who said they weren't believed when they reported attacks by the sex offender John Warboys. The Supreme Court Justice Lord Kerr said the women's human rights had been breached by the failure of police to investigate their allegations properly.
There were, of course, both systemic and investigatory failures, but the important point to make is that if the investigation is seriously defective, even if no systemic failures are present, this will be enough to render the police liable.
Syrians trapped in the rebel enclave of eastern Ghouta on the outskirts of Damascus say they have nowhere left to hide. Hundreds of people have been killed in the past 3 days by a ferocious bombardment by pro-government forces. Juliet Touma is a spokesman for the children's charity UNICEF.
No place is safe at the moment for the children of Syria. We've recorded attacks on health facilities, including hospitals and clinics, attacks on schools. Even people's homes have become dangerous. Playgrounds, places of worship, everywhere there is violence and everywhere there is a war on children, and this has got to stop.
BBC News has learned that another prisoner has killed himself at Liverpool prison. Anthony Payne is the 3rd inmate to take his own life at the jail since an unannounced visit by inspectors last September. Their report cited appalling living conditions and major management failures. The government's ordered a review of the way the NHS addresses concerns by patients about a number of medical treatments. The decision follows high-profile campaigns over the use of the hormone pregnancy test Primodos and the anti-epilepsy medication sodium valproate and vaginal mesh implants. The Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt told MPs a more compassionate response was needed.
Sometimes the reaction has felt overly focused on defending the status quo rather than addressing the needs of patients. And as a result, patients and their families have spent too long feeling that they were not being listened to, making the agony of a complex medical situation even worse.
And the National Farmers Union has elected a woman as its president for the first time in its 110-year history. Minette Batters, who's a beef, sheep and arable farmer in Wiltshire, was previously the deputy president. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 4. Our next at 5.
Thank you, Harvey. Now here's the Sports Guy.
Yes, it's Winter Olympics and it's great news for Britain's women in the curling. They beat the reigning champions Canada 6-5, meaning they are into the semi-finals. But the men's hopes of automatic qualification were dashed when they lost 10-4 to the USA. They will now have to play a tiebreaker against Switzerland at midnight tonight to see if they can reach the last 4. Britain's Misha McNeil and Mika Moore produced the best ever result by a British women's team in the bobsleigh as they finished 8th. They only reached the Games after appealing for donations from the public, and they're hoping this performance will ensure they get funding for the next Olympics. Good news elsewhere for Team GB as 28-year-old Billy Morgan qualified for the men's Big Air final in 6th place. Away from the Games, it's the last of the Champions League last 16 first legs tonight. Manchester United are in Spain to play Sevilla. The other tie sees Shakhtar Donetsk up against Roma. League One side Oxford United are in talks with Craig Bellamy about becoming their new manager, and double Olympic champion Max Whitlock will lead Team England's artistic gymnasts at the 2018 Commonwealth Games in Australia. The squad will also include Claudia Fragapane, who will defend her 4 Commonwealth titles won in Glasgow 4 years ago.
The Sports Guy will return with Simon Mayo, joined by BBC security correspondent Gordon Carrera. Thank you, Sports Guy. You could have talked for longer if you want. Big show.
Steve Wright in the
If I Can't Have You. In some social media today over on Facebook, people are talking about Sade, who's set to release her first song since 2010 for the new film A Wrinkle in Time. Other stuff going on. Marvel movie Black Panther is still breaking records. It's now taken the biggest Monday box office, for example, in history, with over 28.8 million in one day. That's pounds. Its director, Ryan Coogler, has written an online letter to fans saying, never in a million years did we imagine that you all would come out this strong. More movie news, and James Bond wants Danny Boyle to direct the next movie. Daniel Craig has already confirmed he'll be back as 007 for the 25th movie in the franchise, which is expected to be released by the end of 2019 at the earliest. And Mark Harmon was on The Breakfast Show with Chris this morning to announce that Soft Cell will be getting back together for a special one-off gig in London. They'll play the O2 Arena on September 30th as part of the band's 40th anniversary, and tickets will go on sale from 9 a.m. this coming Friday. And as we mentioned, Dua Lipa will perform at the Brits tonight, and she's the first female artist to get 5 noms in 1 year. 2 of these are for her single New Rules, of course. And she says she never anticipated how big that song would be.
You never expect it to kind of take a world of its own, and it turns into like memes, and you have people like recreating the dance moves, and It was so interesting for me to see firsthand into something that is just a completely different world for me. You know, I really enjoy doing videos, but it was the first time that I felt like I really kind of encaptured a story that I wanted to portray.
Dua Lipa, and can I just say, that's from a new Radio 1 documentary called Dua Lipa, Hotter Than Hell, that was made available just about 10 minutes ago at 4 p.m. So get downloading on the iPlayer Radio app if you want to. Over at the Berlin Film Festival, Willem Dafoe has been awarded an honorary Golden Bear, which pays tribute to important figures in the world of movies and film. In his acceptance speech, Willem explained why he prefers film to television.
I'm not attracted naturally to TV. I really think there is a difference between television and cinema. I mean, we could argue about this, but I still think there's a big difference. Lately, a lot of energy and a lot of resources have been going to TV. TV sits in the culture in a more popular way than films do, but for me, I still find many opportunities in films, and I think films have a special power that TV never has. Almost never, to create a mystery and a poetry.
That's Willem Dafoe. Angelina Jolie is the exec producer of the Oscar-nominated animation The Breadwinner. It's about an 11-year-old girl who must earn money for her family in war-torn Afghanistan. Angelina says it's a powerful story, and she was only too pleased to get involved.
When they got in touch with me to talk about the project, I was very excited because I knew the material, and then I met Nora, and Nora is just such an extraordinary director and woman, and you could tell immediately that her intention was to make this very authentic. And I love this Secret of the Kells, and all of these movies are movies that I really, truly love, and my children love.
That's Angelina Jolie. 4:11 now. Soon we'll talk to Camila Cabello, one of the biggest pop stars
When I see you walking down the street,
on the planet.
I get so shaky and I feel so weak. I tell my eyes look the other way, but they don't listen to a word I say, and I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. I tell my arms they hold someone new, another love that will be true. But they don't listen, they don't seem to care. They reach for her, but she's not there, and I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. I remember what she said when she said goodbye, baby. We'll meet again soon, maybe. But until we do, all my best to you. I'm so lonely, I think about her only. I go to places we used to go, but I know she'll never show. She hurt me so much inside. Now I hope she's satisfied, and I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. Go to pieces and I die every time my baby passes by. Go to pieces and I die every time my baby.
Cotton Lloyd and Christian. I think they sold Tim's house. Here we are returning for Factoids. Here's Bobby Pryor.
If you look at the sun, you don't actually see the real sun. You see the light that the sun has emitted about 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, it's the same with the stars, because my dad told me when I was a kid. We were walking up Jerningham Road, in New Cross, and he said, "You see them stars up there?" I said, "I do." He said, "No, you're not. You're not seeing them. You're seeing a reflection of the stars from hundreds of years ago."
Well, not a reflection.
Yeah.
No, it's the light from those stars, but it's taken so long to reach us that they might not actually still be stars.
What the hell do you know?
Well, I'm not an astrologer, I grant you that.
Or an astronomer.
But I am an Aquarian.
Here's Bobby.
Each Oscar Awards loser receives a consolation goodie bag, which this year is estimated to be valued between $45,000 and $48,000.
Awesome. Here's Tim.
What do they call torches in America? You'll know this.
Flashlight.
Flashlight. The term flashlight comes from early torches because they didn't project a consistent light. They were actually required to be flashed on and off, partly due to a lack of power that was available from the early batteries.
Wow.
And I know this is radio, but you know the Americans carry their flashlights like this.
Yes.
Yes, like you're doing a fist and...
Like you're hammering on the door.
Yes.
Whereas we carry it like this, like you're carrying a basket.
I've always noticed that
that's
as well.
true.
So
That
it's
is
way.
true.
I don't know why.
It comes from the, I think the military, comes from the forces.
Because they can use it as a club as well as a flashlight.
You can use it to defend yourself,
Yes.
if someone's coming at you.
Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, is currently in this movie.
Phantom Thread.
And it's his last ever movie. But did you know that Oscar-winning actor Daniel Day-Lewis once took a break from acting to study shoemaking?
Factoids. BBC Radio 2.
4:16 now.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, ooh, na. He didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't with that. No one forever in a minute. That's on my night. And Papa says he got Milo in him. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh na 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 na. Havana, ooh, na na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na na na. All of my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana, Havana, ooh, na na. I knew I was there when I read the sign. Welcome to the U. I know it was him when he hugged from behind. It gets me every time. I used to put it work, but it's in the streets. He said, girl, can you? And this is the part that my daddy told me. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh na 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 na. Havana, ooh, na na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na na na. All of my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back to my Havana, ooh, na na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na na na. All of my heart is in.
Camila Cabello is with us today. Good afternoon. How the devil are you?
I'm great. I stayed up all night.
Yeah.
It's actually not for a wild reason. I was working on my tour set list,
Right.
and I only had one night to do it.
So you had to do it last night?
Yeah, I did.
That's great.
Yeah, I know. That's how the devil I am.
Congratulations on all your success and everything. I didn't realise that you started out on X Factor, right, in America.
Yeah.
Well, how old were you?
I was 15.
15?
I know, it's crazy.
Were you able to deal with it?
Yeah, because I think that there's something just like how animals adapt in nature. You know, when something different starts happening, they start getting larger fins or whatever the hell. And I feel like I just adapted to my environment. So at first it was scary, but then it's been for my whole adult life. So it's kind of normal for me now.
Yeah.
I totally forget that I'm famous if I'm not working.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Has it been what you thought it might be? Fame and travel and stardom?
No. I feel like it's different but better. The glamour is like 1% of it. The rest is just working
Yeah, it's grass.
super, super hard.
Sure. Well, Camila took over the charts last year with her solo smash hit Havana. The song became one of the biggest worldwide hit singles of 2017, spending 5 weeks at #1 in the UK, making Camila the 4th most streamed artist in the world. And a new single, Never Be the Same, which we'll play in a moment, has had almost 150 million streams. I tell you, on the album, I absolutely love Something's Gotta Give. It's just lovely.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet.
I adore your stuff. What about your influences? Who would influence you?
I mean, I listened to a lot of R&B singers
Yeah.
when I was younger, so I always loved listening to a song and practicing the ad-libs and like the riffs and the runs. Just what was on the radio at the time.
What about
in my way.
performance? Because you're a very confident performer, aren't you?
Thanks. Yeah, I love performing. It's one of my favorite things. I'm super excited because, like I was telling you, which is why I didn't get any sleep, I'm planning for my tour that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
And it's my first tour, so that's going to be really fun.
Yeah, first ever solo worldwide tour later this year, which starts in Argentina before coming to the UK in June, playing dates in Glasgow, Birmingham and London. And if that wasn't enough, Camila's at the Brits tonight.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Now, let's have a look at this tour. I mean, I don't normally do dates in Argentina because I don't know how many people are listening in Argentina, but Lollapalooza, Argentina, Lollapalooza, Chile. In April, you've got Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, Oakland, Los Angeles, Denver, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Chicago, St. Louis, Missouri, Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, US, then Philly, then New York, and then Glasgow, Birmingham, London, Amsterdam, Isle of Wight. That's quite a big tour for a first tour.
Well, I want to be in as many places as possible.
You are going to be.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's taken care of, isn't it? That's handled. You only have a first album once. You got to really go for it.
You strike me as somebody who you've got a plan. Like, so you know where you're going to be in 10 years. You know where you're going to be in 20 years. You don't have to tell us the plan, but is that true?
I always think of when I'm super old, when I think of me playing in my head all these memories that I made from before. And it just makes me want to do more. It makes me want to really experience life intensely.
This is the most important question of the afternoon, actually. How is your tooth?
Oh my God, it actually feels better now, but I'm so sick of, I eat a chocolate, I know that there's gonna be this weird tingly sensation on one of my molars, and I hate it. It's so annoying because I want to enjoy the chocolate, and then afterwards, it's like I have to suffer for it.
What you want...
I do not listen to what he's about to say. He's not a trained
He's
dentist,
like, yeah, I could perform a surgery on you.
Don't let him do that.
It'll be fine.
It's an oversensitive enamel on a molar.
How do you know? You're not a dentist either.
How do you know I'm not?
Who is the better dentist?
It's going to be me.
He sadly, yeah.
But you said oversensitive enamel.
Yeah,
that's
which is quite a phrase, isn't
That's very dentisty talk right there.
I learned it off of him.
No, but I think get some of that filler run it down there.
Filler?
A temporary filling, yeah.
Oh, and then it won't make it sensitive.
Well, that's what I think. But, you know, maybe something's going to come out.
No.
right,
Well,
enough.
actually, I have always wanted to get my wisdom teeth out because that means you have to be 2 weeks in bed.
There are better ways than...
Is that
That's
bad?
the weirdest suggestion I've ever heard.
No, I've never met anybody who wants to have their wisdom teeth out.
Because you have to.
Just in bed for 2 weeks.
You can just watch movies for 2 weeks.
Okay, we're going to play the single, Never Be the Same, and I might play a track from the album if I may. Can I play that? Something Gotta Give.
Yeah.
I really like that, so play those two.
Thank you.
Camila's single, Never Be the Same, and debut album, Camila, are out now, and see Camila on tour in the UK, in Glasgow, Birmingham, and London in June.
Woo!
And everywhere else.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Take those tracks.
My brain, got your chemicals all in my veins, feeling all the highs, feel all the pain. Let go of the wheel, it's the bullet lane. Now I'm seeing red, now I think it's straight. Blurring all the lines, you intoxicate me. Just like nicotine, You should know by now. I think I'm breaking right now. Oh, I should know by now. You should know by now. I think I'm breaking right now. Something's gotta give. Something's gotta break. All I do is give.
Thank you, Camila.
All you do is take.
Lot of love for her.
Something's gotta change.
427 Radio 2. Can we have a shout out to the Hunter family of 7 who've been travelling home from Nottingham? That's from Evie Hunter. And Steve just sat having a beer in Rome. Oh, nice. Enjoying the scenery. Last day back. Home tomorrow from Simon and Marie from Mansfield. Enjoying the show.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things.
I walked in town on silver spurs that jingle too. A song that I had only sang to just a few. She saw my silver spurs and said, let's pass some time. And I will give to you summer wine. Ooh, summer wine.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time. And I will give to you summer wine. Oh, summer wine.
My eyes grew heavy and my lips, they could not speak. I tried to get up, but I couldn't find my feet. She reassured me with an unfamiliar line. And then she gave to me summer wine. Summer wine.
Strawberries, cherries, and angels kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time. And I will give to you summer wine. Summer wine.
When I woke up, the sun was shining in my eyes. My silver spurs
Lee Hazelwood's buried himself in the mix.
twice inside. She took my silver spurs, $1 and a dime,
That's a great song.
and left me craving
Oh, summer wine. Oh, summer wine. 4:30 in the UK now.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring.
Simon's on the air at 5. The Folk Show with Mark Radcliffe at 7. Joe Wiley at 8. Brad Paisley, This Is Country at 10. Old Grey Whistle Test 40 at 11. Then it's Pick of the Pops, Paul Gambaccini. That's at 12. Jeremy, what is it?
Thank you there, Steve. Today's big question. Why does someone believe it when you say there are 4 billion stars, but don't believe it when the sign says wet paint? Call now. 0209, press 14 for a new motor. 50-50 all at sea. Pick your nose at the lights. 6930, take me to the Mardi Gras. 4473.
BBC Radio 2.
Now here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. A14 at Brampton. On the eastbound side, broken down lorry at 21 for Brampton Hut. That is still there, causing queues back to 20. Also, on the A14 eastbound, emergency repairs between Spittals Interchange 23 to Gob Manchester at 24, and that's causing queues on that A14 spur from the A1. The exit Slit Road at 3 for Desborough eastbound, that has reopened, so you can get off there now. M5 southbound 3 to 4. Now there's an incident between Hales Owen and Bromsgrove, so the police are there holding the traffic. I'm waiting for more information, but southbound traffic is stationary, so if you're heading off the M6 onto the M5 southbound, just be aware you've got static traffic in front of you. The M25 clockwise 13 to 14 in the usual congestion towards Heathrow Terminal 4. We've got one lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. Clockwise entry Slit Road is closed still at 26 for Waltham Abbey because of debris, so you can't get on there. And a reminder, the M20, although open between 10 and 9, the exit Slit Road at 9 onto the A20 in Ashford and Faversham is still closed for further police investigation. Thanks for your updates. Another one for you in 20 minutes.
Thank you. That was the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Thank you.
I pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half past dead. I just need some place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me. I picked up my bag. I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side, I said, hey, Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me. Go down, Miss Moses, there's nothing you can say. It's just old Luke, and Luke's waiting on a judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Anna Lee? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep Anna Lee company? Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me.
Crazy Chester followed me and he caught me in the fall. He said, I will fix you right if you take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can?
Yeah, take a load off, Fanny. Take a load free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me. Get your cannonball now to take me down the line. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one
the load right on me.
The Wait, the band. Moments from now, we'll talk to Greta Gerwig, Oscar-nominated director of the new movie Lady Bird.
I know you moved on to someone new. Whole life is beautiful. You were the light for me to find my truth. I just want to say thank you.
Leaving to find my soul. Told her I had to go. And I know it ain't pretty when our hearts get broke. Too young to feel this old. Watching us both turn cold. Oh, I know it ain't pretty when two hearts get broke. Yeah, I know it ain't pretty when two hearts get broke.
I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest and we wish we could come back to these days, these days. These days, these days. These days, these days.
3 years of ups and downs, nothing to show for it now. And I know it ain't pretty when the fire burns out. Calling me when I'm drunk, remind me of what I've done. And I know it ain't pretty when you're trying to move on.
Yeah, I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest and we wish we could come back to these days, these days.
Hola, Stephen Gang. Lots of Radio 2 listeners in Argentina. Great show as always. Thanks for giving the date for the Camila Cabello concert. Listen every day via the internet. Hello, Argentina. That's from Dave Bennett, La Banda, Santiago del Estero, Argentina.
Cigarettes in the ashtray, reminiscing on those past days. I thought you didn't know my last name, but that changed. And I traveled around the world, think where you living at now. I heard you moved to Austin, got an apartment and settled down. And every once in a while, I start texting, write a paragraph, but then I delete the message. Think about you like a past.
Greta Gerwig is with us, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome to our little show. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm a bit jet lagged, but it'll make this interview very exciting. It's kind of exciting to do press when you're jet lagged and confused because it's just all very spontaneous and real.
But are you saying the same stuff in each interview?
No. Well, a little bit it's on the interviewer because it's the same question, if I'm being honest, has the same answer. So I guess it puts the pressure on you.
Oh, yeah. The pressure's on now. Try not to be too corny. Greta Gerwig is an acclaimed actress, playwright, screenwriter and director. Greta gained attention after working on and appearing in several mumblecore films. Greta's latest project is Lady Bird, which she wrote and directed. It's a film about a high school senior who longs for adventure, sophistication and opportunity, but finds none of that in her Sacramento Catholic high school. Now, Sacramento actually gets a bit of a bad deal in this. Why is that? Because you're from there, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I wanted to show it as a beautiful place. I wanted to shoot it the way I see it, which is that it's very special and beautiful. But I wanted the character to not be able to see what I could see about it and what the audience could see about it. And in a way, when you're watching the movie, you're watching her resist it, but then, not to give anything away, but what you're hoping she gets to by the end of the movie, that she sees it the way you see it.
Yeah. And it's coming to terms with lots of things, I suppose, including her environment.
Right. And also, I mean, most teenagers define themselves as rebelling against, not embracing where you're from or who you are or what your family is. And you kind of turn away from that. And I think the process of growing up is coming back to it.
The main character is Christine Ladybird McPherson, played by Saoirse Ronan. It follows her through her senior year of high school, 2002-2003 it's set, with events like her first romance, being in a school play, applying for college, and her turbulent relationship with her mother, who refuses to call her Ladybird.
I want to go where culture is, like
How
New
in the
York,
world did I raise such a
or at least
snob?
Connecticut or New Hampshire, where writers live in the
Get
woods.
into those schools anyway.
Mom,
You can't even pass your driver's test.
because you wouldn't let me practice
The way
enough.
that you work, or the way that you don't work, you're not even worth state tuition, Christine.
My name is Ladybird.
Well, actually, it's not, and it's ridiculous.
Call me
because your name
Ladybird
is
like you said
Christine.
you would.
You should just go to City College. You know, with your work ethic, just go to City College and then to jail, and then back to City College, and then maybe you'd learn to pull yourself up.
I wonder if you think that American teenagers are more, I mean, I don't know how many British teenagers you met, are more kind of assertive than their British counterparts.
You know, it's funny because I was not like Ladybird. I wasn't that assertive. She makes everyone call her Ladybird, which is not her name.
That was going to be my next question, of course, you knew that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I never made anyone do that. I never dyed my hair bright red. I never talked back. I was very rule following and people pleasing. And I think in a way, I created this girl who was much braver and wilder than I was. She's kind of who I wished I could have been.
I was going to say, corny question number one coming up. So
Yeah.
not autobiographical then?
No, it is certainly, I mean, the setting, Sacramento, I went to a Catholic high school. The heart of it is true, but the characters are all invented. That's not who I was, and that's not what happened.
So where did she come from then?
My imagination? Honestly, it's a bit of wish fulfillment in a way. What if I had been able to do that?
What about the boyfriend?
Oh, the boyfriend, that's like an amalgamation of a lot of different things and people. I get inspiration from so many places. Like, I live in New York and I ride the subway all the time, and subways are great places to listen to people talk. Because what I will say, I've noticed in America, people talk a lot louder in public spaces than they do either in England or anywhere else. And
We've noticed that.
They'll reveal very deep things about themselves just to anyone on the train listening.
Yeah.
And one of the lines in the movie I stole from two girls talking. I heard two teenagers talking to each other, and one said to the other, I wish I could live through something. And I was like, what does that even mean? You are living through something. And then I took it down and I gave it to Ladybird to say. And so many of my characters are built off of different little things I've overheard.
Greta, stay there. Oscar-nominated director of the movie Ladybird, Greta Gerwig, is with us. We'll come right back with Greta. Don't go away.
Baby girl, what's happening? You and your then ride it. So gonna get to clapping. Go pop a phone, plan, pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan. Drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in Miami. Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio served that scampi. You got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Said you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it now. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby, you deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. By the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. I'm talking trips to Puerto Rico. Say the word and we go. You can be my flica. Girl, I'll be a flico, mamacita. I would never make a promise that I can't keep. I promise that your smile ain't gonna never leave. Shopping sprees in Paris. Everything 24 carats. Take a look in that mirror. Now tell me who's the fairest. Is it you? Is it you? Is it me? Is it me? Say it's us. And I'll agree, baby. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby, you deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. By the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds all white.
Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Lucky
Brilliant, Bruno Mars. We got 14 to 5 back with Greta Gerwig in just a moment. Here comes Split Ends. I Got You on Radio 2.
I got you. That's all I want. I won't forget. That's a whole lot. I don't go out. Not now that you're in. Sometimes we shout, but that's no problem. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying. Look at you, you're a pageant. You're everything that I've imagined. And something's wrong. I feel uneasy. Reassure me. Tell me you're not teasing. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you tell me you're not lying. There's no doubt, not when I'm with you. When I'm without, I stay in my room. Where do you go? I get no answer. You're always out. It gets on my nerves. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying.
Greta Gerwig is back with us. Now, here is a thing. We're talking about the movie Lady Bird, and the thing is, Greta, when we do these interviews, it's always very difficult to progress onto the next bit of the story because
Yeah.
it then becomes a spoiler.
Yeah. Well, what I can say is that it's equally a story of her mother and her parents as much as it is her story. Something that I've noticed in teen movies, usually parents or teachers are kind of caricatures or they're cardboard cutouts, but they're not really complex. They're not in the middle of a story of their own. And I wanted the adult characters to be equally vivid and equally struggling. So you're following her mom's journey as much as hers.
And her dad's. I
And
mean,
her
I
dad's,
think it's
yeah.
a beautiful film about relationships. And,
Thank
you know,
you.
maybe because I'm a guy, but I love the dad in this.
Me
There's that
too.
scene where he goes in and sits on her bed and then, don't start crying.
I know.
We're not giving too much away. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they are beautifully drawn characters.
I wanted every single character in the movie to feel like if you followed them that they could have their own movie. And I tried to do that in the writing, but then I was tremendously aided by this cast that I had. And Tracy Letts, who plays her father, is an extraordinary actor and an extraordinary playwright as well.
Darlene, can you excuse us?
Darlene, stay.
Why aren't you in Algebra 2?
I switched sections.
Why?
Aren't Jenna and Kyle enough?
I'm sorry that you're jealous.
Jenna is a moron, you know.
She's not. She's in AP Calculus.
She's a moron in a deeper sense.
You don't even know her.
Miss Patty assigned you a role, by the way. You just never showed up to claim it.
What role?
The Tempest.
There There is no role of the Tempest. It is the titular role. No, it's a made-up thing, so we all can participate.
And the younger actors as well. I mean, they're
yeah.
fantastic, some of the people at school.
Lucas Hedges, who was in the film, he was 19 when we shot. Timothy Chalamet was 20. Saoirse was 22.
So were they a nightmare to work
21?
with then as a director?
No, they were so lovely. Although sometimes I did feel like I was running a summer camp.
Yeah.
But one thing I did, because it was set in 2002 to 2003, and there were no smartphones. So I said, I don't allow cell phones on set anyway, but I told them, you can't bring your cell phones to set. And I sold it to them as being part of like method acting.
Sure. Part of the kind of set in the era.
Yeah. They actually, I think they were quite relieved not to have their cell phones with them at all
Oh, they had them in their back pockets though, right?
No, I made them leave them in the trailer.
Oh, you are fierce.
I know, I'm a rough director.
Well, congratulations. I mean, this is a highly nominated movie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, we never in a million years thought while we were making this that this would all happen, but we're very grateful.
Why do you think it's touched people?
Well, actually it was when I was in London that for the first time for the London Film Festival, and I started talking to people here. And so many people said to me, I've never heard of Sacramento, but this is my story. And it was the first time I realized how universal it was and how this kind of just connected people back to their families and their hometowns, whether that was somewhere in the UK or somewhere, like everyone's from somewhere.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely. That's a good point. Write that down.
Yeah, I know. That's not my most quotable moment.
Everyone's from somewhere could be the next movie. I like it.
Thank you.
Listen, you're going to direct
Yes.
more.
Oh yeah, love it. Have the bug.
Is that your focus?
Yes, that's my
And
focus.
writing.
Yeah, writing and directing. I mean, listen, I'll never stop acting because I love acting, but you should always know what you would drop everything else for, and that becomes how you organize your life. And for me, what I would drop everything else for is a movie that I've written and directed.
Oh, that's excellent. For me, it's chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And Tim?
Probably golf.
There you go.
Okay. Everybody's got their priorities straight.
Yeah, we're sorted. Lady Bird, directed by Greta Gerwig, is in cinemas this Friday, rated 15. Great to see you, Greta Gerwig, everybody. Thank you very much.
Radio 2.
What? On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro, I know, you know, I go psycho when my new joint hit. Just can't sit, gotta get jiggy with it. That's it, now honey, come ride. DKNY, all up in my eye. You got a Prada bag with a lot of stuff in it. Give it to your friend, let's spin. Everybody looking at me, glancing a kid. Wishing they was dancing a jig here with this handsome kid. Sick a cigar right from Cuba Cuba. I just bite it, it's for the look, I don't light it. Ill way to ammo on the hand, stay on play. Give it up, jiggy, make it feel like foreplay. Yo, my cardio is infinite. Big Willie style's all in it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. What? You on the ball with your kid? Watch your step, you might fall trying to do what I did. Mama, I'ma come close side in the middle of the club with the rubber dub. No love for the haters. Mad cause I got floor seats at the Lakers. See me on the 50-yard line with the Raiders. Met Ali, he told me I'm the greatest. I got the fever for the flavor of a crowd pleaser. DJ play another from the Prince of this, your highness. Only bad chicks riding my whip. South to the west, to the east, to the north. Bump my hips and watch them go off. But yes, sure. You don't stop in the winter order. I makes it high. Getting jiggy with 'em.
Will Smith, of course, getting jiggy with it. Coming up to 5 to 5 on Radio 2. RadioTimes.com says, in news from the net, Bill Gates to make cameo in The Big Bang Theory. Mirror.co.uk says Liam Gallagher to perform for the Brit Awards Manchester Tribute. It is 5 to 5, and here is Bobby.
Steve, thank you. A515 in Ashbourne. The Buxton Road is closed completely. Accident, this is both ways between Windmill Lane and Union Street. That's causing big queues. To the M6 on the southbound side, there's an accident now, 7 to 6, down towards Spaghetti Junction. One lane is shut. The queues about past Junction 9, so that's that's having a knock-on effect on the M5 if you're heading off there. The M5 southbound, traffic was being held between 3 and 4 for Bromsgrove following an incident. Traffic is making its way through there, but you've still got very heavy traffic for a couple of miles still. A14 eastbound emergency works between 23 and 24 have cleared. However, still big delays on the A14 heading eastbound, and coming off the A1 on that spur road as well. Still extremely slow. M25 clockwise 13 to 14. The breakdown's gone towards Heathrow Terminal 4, but you've still got queues back towards Junction 11 for Chertsey. M3 southbound is heavy 6 to 7. Still that breakdown stuck between the Basingstoke turns. And finally the M20 westbound, Junction 9, the exit Slit Road has all reopened. You can go off onto the A20 now. Back with more just after the news with Simon.
Thank you, Slick. Men in Black.
Been waiting for a lifetime for you. Been breaking for a lifetime for you. Wasn't looking for love till I found you. On the night for love till I found you. Skin to skin, breathe me in. Fill with your kiss on your lips. I'm made of ecstasy. I'll be yours for 1,000 lives. I'm crazy about I'm flying in your cage. I'm diving in deep and I'm riding with no brakes. And I'm bleeding your love when you're swimming in my veins. You've got me now. Been waiting for a lifetime for you. Been breaking for a lifetime for you. Wasn't looking for love till I found you. On the night for love till I found you. Been waiting for a lifetime for you. Been breaking for a lifetime for you. Wasn't looking for love till I found you. On the night for love till I found you. I'm diving in deep and I'm riding with no brakes. I'm bleeding your love, you're swimming in my veins. You got me now.
For you, Liam Payne, Rita Ora. Coming up news, then Simon with Gordon Carrera. With us tomorrow, the great actor Jonathan Pryce, Nadia Sawala and Kay Adams and Bob Harris. Good evening.
News at 5 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. Scotland Yard has lost a landmark legal battle brought by two women who say they were attacked by John War boys. Ministers are publishing proposals which suggest that EU workers will be able to come to Britain during the post-Brexit transition period. And the world's most famous preacher, Billy Graham, has died. 2 victims of the serial sex offender John Worboys have won a landmark legal case against the Metropolitan Police. The women had reported attacks in 2003 and 2007 before Worboys was arrested, but said officers hadn't believed them. The Supreme Court said failures in the police investigations amounted to a breach of the women's human rights. The ruling means police are under a duty to investigate crimes effectively, or they'll be liable to pay compensation. One of the victims said she had mixed feelings.
A little bit sad, actually, that it's taken this long and 15 years fighting, and the police fighting me for possibly 4 years since the last court hearing. It's just basically to do their job. If they'd have done the job in 2003, there would be 1 victim, which I can deal with 1 victim. What I can't deal with is 105 victims because I wasn't believed.
The government has insisted an end date for the transition period following Britain's exit from the EU will be set in stone. A leaked copy of the UK's negotiating position highlights differences between the government and the EU. Ben Wright reports from Westminster.
Companies want certainty now about what will happen after the UK leaves the EU in March 2019, and securing a transition agreement with the EU is an imperative for the government. Free movement of people to the UK and payments to the EU budget will continue. But according to a leak of the government's proposal, there are some differences between the 2 sides that will need negotiating. The UK has not yet proposed a fixed end date, although ministers say the period should not last more than 2 years. It is also possible the UK and the EU will have different views on the status of EU nationals arriving during the transition.
The world's most famous evangelist, Billy Graham, who's said to have preached to more people than anyone else in history, has died. He was 99. With his mane of grey hair and piercing blue eyes, Billy Graham was instantly recognisable. He pioneered the use of television to spread the Christian message and was a spiritual advisor to several American presidents. But in an interview, his son Franklin remembered him as a humble man.
I said, "Daddy, what do you want on your tombstone?" He said, "Just preacher."
That's it.
That's it.
The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called for an immediate halt to the bombardment of eastern Ghouta in Syria. About 300 people have died there since Sunday, and Mr Guterres described conditions as hell on earth. Figures just released show that the NHS in England is heading for a much worse deficit this financial year than originally planned. They also show the service has 100,000 jobs currently unfilled. Nick Triggle reports.
The regulator NHS Improvement has released accounts for the health service in England up to the end of December. They show the financial health of hospitals, mental health trusts and ambulance services is much worse than expected. The NHS had been planning for an overspend of £500 million at the end of the financial year, but the report shows a £931 million deficit is now predicted. A major cause of the overspend is a high number of vacancies. Nearly 100,000 jobs are unfilled, meaning the health service is having to spend more than expected on temporary staff and overtime.
Ariana Grande has pulled out of tonight's Brit Awards at the O2 Arena in London due to illness. The star had been due to appear in a tribute to the victims of the Manchester Arena bombing last May. She was performing there when the attack happened. A stand-up comedian is being sued by her former husband for joking about their relationship on stage. Louise Beaumont, whose stage name is Louise Ray, says the case is about freedom of speech. Charlotte Gallagher reports.
Comedians get some of their best material from their own lives. The stand-up Sarah Millican made her name with jokes about her divorce. But one comedian has found herself facing legal action after talking about her ex-husband at a show at Edinburgh Festival. Louise Beaumont is being sued for £30,000 for defamation and breach of privacy. She says she only made a couple of jokes about the relationship during her act last summer, but her husband's lawyer has said the comedian made serious and inflammatory allegations which were entirely false.
In the city, the 100 share index closed up 35 points at 72.82, and the weather, it'll be cold overnight, but most places will be dry with clear spells. This will lead to a widespread frost as well as some patchy fog forming in places. It'll be breezy in the far northwest of Scotland. BBC News at 5 minutes past 5.
All right, thank you, Harvey.
BBC Radio
Higher standards applied there.
Mayo, Simon Mayo.
Thank you, Steve.
Drive time's on and we're on our way home.
Like the Greta Gerwig interview. She sounds like really good fun. What a top director. Why didn't she get nominated for a BAFTA? That's the question. Anyway, bought jam donuts. There's Sarah, more to the point. A little bit of suggestion from yesterday, I think. Other supermarkets were empty.
It's later than
Stand by for more donut news. O2 getting busy. There's Mark. There'll be some Brit stuff. Everybody is ill, apparently. People wearing shorts, according to Tatty. Well, not for much longer. Back to the Long Johns in a bit. Anyway, it's drive time here, Radio 2. What have you got there? I got some Delamitri, if you're interested.
such perfect days.